Thank you. Okay. Let's begin with the approval of minutes. And
Do I make a motion?
yeah, make a motion, but I don't know which months they were.
I will go through it. Let me see. So, let's see. Here. I make a motion to approve the minutes from June
2023.
2023, August 2023, and July, in order, no, October 2023. Let's see, it's June, August, October, and November 2023. Who seconds it?
What about the special meeting?
So that was one of the, I put it together, the form.
Oh, okay, fine.
That was,
No, the special meeting that we had for the,
that was the November that what you put together. Was that yours?
oh, okay.
I don't know. Did you do
All
minutes?
right, so
on
let's do the motion over again.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I have meeting minutes from June, August, October, and November. Those are the ones you
June,
sent.
August, October, and November of 2023.
Mhm.
So you have a motion on the table to approve those minutes. Any discussion?
I thought it was July. I have July 17th meeting minutes.
Do you have those minutes?
And that's what I have. That was in the packet. July.
Okay.
August.
Right, July, then that was the last one. Correct?
Okay.
Yes, Susan.
So
Right.
let's correct the motion, just so we can get this done.
Okay, so that was June, July, August, October, and November.
2023.
One
Yes.
question. I was not officially on board for June, but I was for July, so.
So you pass on later, not being on the.
Okay, but we have enough people here too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, Susan's here.
Okay. So I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the month of June, July, August, October, and November
2023.
2023.
Any discussion?
I seconded that. Good motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was a lot of minutes. Okay, so I'm going to jump right to Paul on the shark. Do you have anything to report, Paul?
We're continuing in the permitting process, very important part of our project, as well as environmental review. So we're no actions or other things to report, but we're continue to be excited, and I think we'll have a beautiful park.
Right. Thank you. Susan, would you like to talk anything about Cole Parkway?
Yes, the only thing I would say is that unfortunately, I missed the last meeting.
Okay,
The engineer did come and meet the team. So I will have a better update after my next meeting.
okay. Next month.
She doesn't hear.
All right, Susan, do you, I don't know if you're prepared anyway to talk about the grant applications at this point. Which one of you was keeping track?
I mean, I have the grant tracker, and
Okay,
right now we had 2 approved, which was the $6,000 for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And I think it was, and pardon me, I don't have the document in front of me. I think it was 9,000,
yeah, 9,500.
9,500.
9,500 for the Scituate Harbor merchants to get the lights in
Yeah.
downtown Scituate, which we approved at a special meeting.
Yeah,
And, it looked like the stroll was very successful. So
Mhm.
those are the two that have been approved so far. And it looks like we've got one more that was just submitted today from the Sister Cities folks. And pardon me, I did not print that out.
that's okay. It was, it's around 4,000.
4,000.
4,000. And
Yeah.
they had come to a prior meeting, I think the Community Leaders Forum, and talked a little bit about what they were trying to accomplish and what they were hoping to do. And after reading it, it seems great to me. I don't know if anyone is here from that organization to talk about it, but
I think somebody is planning to come
oh, good.
and just give us a sense of what they're asking for and when they need it.
Yeah, it was actually a well-written
Yeah, I
um,
thought the same thing.
Mhm.
application
And it's in the shoulder month in February.
and well
which I
thought
like.
out. So very
Big
professional.
event, yeah.
So other than
Okay.
that, we're just tracking that, and we are hoping to talk a little bit about a marketing ask that we are going to have, a marketing plan that we are hoping to
Yeah,
put forth.
okay, great.
Hey,
Thank
Sue,
you.
can
Yeah,
I make a comment?
yeah,
Boy, I really appreciate and congratulate everyone who worked on the Harbor Lights. They're spectacular, and it just adds a wonderful touch to our harbor. And those things don't happen by accident. So really appreciate that. I'm really glad that EDC was able to support the funding for that.
yeah, we've had a lot of good feedback. It's a real morale boost for the harbor merchants. We are expecting one merchant here, I believe. So yeah, we're excited. I think they were tweaking it a little bit too. They were adding some trees and,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they need some
Yeah.
electricity.
but it'll be great in the
Yeah.
summer too.
I love the year-round thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always there, yeah.
And they also did a nice job with the buoy contest. They made some money, so that was good.
Yeah.
I think they're going to probably tell us their own story soon. Okay, yeah, thanks, Paul. I appreciate that. Thanks, Susan. Susie, do you want to say anything about the visitor center?
The visitor center is going to, the board members of the Scituate Visitor Centers are learning a little bit more about their website and what they can do and shouldn't do. So we are working with Sperling, the company, to give us some insights, so we are able to control the content better on our website. So I'm very much looking forward to that work. Other than that, I think we are discussing a lot what we will do in the shoulder season and gearing up for next season, what we want to post, how we want to do events and websites, yeah.
I think the other thing is that we hope to learn how to better utilize the data that we have, that we're able to get out of that website that Sperling provides a
Monthly.
yeah, and gives us exactly where people are coming from, how many people are coming.
What they click on,
Yep,
what they're interested in.
what they're interested
yes.
is, yeah, so while it's a little quieter, that's what the visitors.
Right.
Anything else, Susie?
No.
Okay. Grace,
Yeah,
community forum.
community forum, so community leaders forum, we are going to be doing a follow-up outreach email, sharing some holiday updates, one of which is going to be an update on a lot of the pain points we heard in that meeting around businesses in the community looking for a platform to share information about what's going on with their businesses and events. One of the gentlemen in the meeting, Mark Choquette,
Yeah.
actually works at the Globe, and he had some connections and reached out to the woman who had started the Anchor, the Hingham Anchor, and then the Glassett Anchor. And we're still in early talks, but it looks like the Scituate expansion is on the horizon. We're hoping for an early 2024 launch. And so we're just, raising awareness that this is potentially moving forward and looking for contributors, both people who are interested in telling stories about what's going on in the community, as well as people who are looking to connect us with individuals who could help out. So there'll be more updates around that going out to the community via the Community Leaders Forum follow-up, as well as some intention setting for our next meeting, which we're going to schedule late winter, early spring. And then just another kind of update, I had run into somebody who is part of the Hingham EDC, and they are interested in creating a bridge forum with EDCs in our coastal town communities. And so also looking to create connections and maybe do semi-regular connection with those members just to see what's going on in the other towns and keep an ear out for overlapping kind of shared goals. In talking with them just briefly, Hingham, for example, is also looking at marketing proposals for doing a similar type of project that we are currently investigating. So I think there's a lot of opportunities there just to do a listening tour in our neighboring and surrounding towns and just do some learning and learn about opportunities where we can leverage each other. So I think that's it.
And we should reach out to them, right?
Yeah, well, Grace has a connection there, so.
Yeah, he had brought it up. He didn't realize I was on the EDC
Yes.
as a new member
Yeah.
and was talking about how that had been an idea that he is going to take ownership of this year. So
Super.
yeah,
Yeah.
very
Looking
excited.
forward to that. I think that's always great to share
No, it's
knowledge, about towns. Yeah, super.
Good, that's exciting,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Um,
potentially working together and
Mm-hmm.
trying to all do a similar thing.
right,
They too are looking for visitors to their town.
yeah. And they too struggle to think about how to create the best set of supports or raise awareness and visibility of the types of opportunities for visitors in town. So yeah.
And as part of the letter, the email, you're going to talk about the survey, is that what you're thinking?
The other piece of it is, as a follow-up to the Community Leader Forum, we'll be sending out, stage one is setting up stakeholder meetings with several board members as well as the communication manager in town, the newly appointed town manager. And we'll be drafting a Scituate local business survey that we'll be sharing. I think originally we said end of January, early February. The results of that survey will be shared we're hoping, in the early spring Community Leader Forum. But we'll be giving that update in the email that goes out as well.
Great.
I think when I read it correctly in the proposals for marketing strategy plans, they want to reach out to business, to town.
Yeah, we're trying to tie it all
So
together.
I think we should, before we send that out, we should make sure there's not following up different questions or similar questions from that one. Either we cover them already and give them the answers. I just was thinking because if we send out one after another survey, they won't react at all, I would say.
100%.
Right.
I appreciate the flag. It's something that's top of mind for us, and I'd love to discuss how we can better align those two things and make sure that we're, spending our dollars wisely as well as tapping
Correct.
our community in ways that are intentional and have value for them.
Yeah. I think all of these things are starting to, sort of overlap and
Which is good.
figure out, who's doing what where. Okay, anything else?
I think that is it.
Okay.
Is the Hingham Anchor, is that just online? That's like not a paper one, right? It's just like an online?
It would be an online,
Like
as far as I
newspaper
know, it is an online only.
Yeah, I think it's
resource,
online.
Oh,
But that would be great for people
Yeah,
to
so
get,
something,
yeah,
yes.
people have really
Yeah.
missed,
Yeah, they was.
the
Yeah.
Mary Jane, don't you, you have your old newspaper background, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so, thank you. Let's go to Amy.
Everything was good. We had our North Situate holiday
Christmas.
night on Friday and it went great.
Yes.
There were a lot of new people there. There was like, I would say maybe like 200, 250 families
Oh,
that went
nice.
through. Yeah, about 250, that's what they were saying down in that area. We had the elf hunt again, we had the tractor rides, all the businesses were open, and then like my business did letter to Santa, necklace, like all the, we kind of did kids activities at the thing, because there's not that many like businesses to one. But it was great, yeah.
One comment to that, I was driving through that to pick up my husband from the
Mhm.
train station. And people were running across the red lights with their little children.
Oh,
And there was no lights, I mean, it's really dark there.
yeah,
And the only thing which was lighted up really brightly was the
tractor.
crossing from the tractor rides.
Yeah,
Because
because I
and there
know
were
that-
police officers, 2 of them were
Yeah,
standing
because we
there.
definitely have details that we have to hire
But then
on.
there was no one at the traffic light where people crossed, you know,
Oh,
from
yeah,
country way.
yeah,
And I
okay.
thought there should have been one because really,
Okay,
I
no,
mean,
that's good to
you know,
know.
I
thought
was
there was
standing
one there last
at the red light and people were just coming and
Yeah.
just walking with the kids and I thought,
Okay.
you don't do that, you're not a good role model for your little ones, right? I was
Yeah.
really like, and then I thought, oh.
No,
this
I
is-
always thought that there was actually a police there because of the train.
They had
That's-
trouble getting detail for our event, so I would
Yeah.
imagine it was the same thing.
Oh, that maybe that, because I remember for years before, even last year when it poured, they actually had one down there
Yes.
because, but maybe that they couldn't
Oh,
I
have
think
one.
I
Because
that
I didn't understand why there were 2 police officers standing next to each other talking at that one crossing and none at the traffic light.
Okay,
And
well,
I
that's
thought there
good
were
to
more
know.
people at that, for that other thing. I wasn't there,
Cause there were definitely those big lights there,
Yeah.
cause I saw them when I was, because I'm way
But
down
I
the
would
other
have
end, but.
preferred one police
and-
officer at
Mhm.
the.
But that's good to know, cause there's a lot going on in that corner, between
And
the
they all
collective
cross
flow
there.
and dribble and
Yes.
all that stuff. So yeah, no, I'll definitely
Yeah.
bring that up the next
Yeah.
time we do.
But it was wonderful.
Was it put on by the
By us,
merchants? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so we organized it and yeah, it was all of our, we kind of put it all together. So yeah, it went well, and we felt like there were a lot of new young families that were there because like the past 2 years of COVID and then last year it rained, I felt like they didn't really know what it was about kind of, and then a lot of new families that,
Yeah.
you know, the past couple of years before it was like, hi, I can see all my new old students, but then there's a lot of new families that didn't know. So it was good, yeah, it was really good. And the weather finally was good, because like the last like 3 events we've had, it rained, I'm like, if it rained again, I'd be like, we're not doing this. But you know, it was good, and Santa and Mrs. Claus at 60 Stitches, and I think that the elf hunt's good, like to get them inside, because again, there's not that much shopping like in our area, but they all were running in, and then at the end, once we create a big map, and then at the end, they can go to Dribbles and they get a free swivel wheel, and then we put together a huge basket from all the merchants for a raffle, and normally, when they passed in their map, they just got a free ticket for the raffle, but the merchants were so generous this year that the raffle was like $1,500, it was up to, people were giving crazy amount of stuff, so we're like, okay, we have to charge because we didn't do fall for Scituate, so just to put this on again,
Yeah.
you know, so we charged for the raffle, so I think we made like $800 for the raffle, but at least it was something. Yeah, but it was a lot, it was good. We were supposed to get a food truck at the last minute, but then that is Emily, but somehow that, I don't know, something happened with that. But it was all worked out. It was a great event, yeah.
That's great.
It was
Yeah, it was
wonderful.
good. And yeah, so I think that we're just gonna, I think that's our like kind of big
That's your
event.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just too hard to put something on this, I mean, people, I feel like the businesses do little things then, their own stuff, but I think, I don't know, maybe we'll do something in the spring, but I think we've tried that a couple years ago, but maybe now there's more. The merchants, I felt like were together in this, like a lot of people were part of it, so it was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe, I still don't have a delivery time on my benches and tables for the train car.
Oh, okay,
But maybe they will
Yeah.
arrive in the spring, hopefully in March or
Yeah.
April, and if they would be installed, maybe we could make an event like, you
Yeah.
know, come to North Scituate, you know, enjoy
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a bunch of people that are
if we could do it
very
together.
involved now, like that wanna do stuff.
Yeah.
Not like they didn't want to do stuff.
I will
Yeah,
approach it.
yeah.
But it was good, like better helping.
And just
Yeah, no, keep me posted. Yeah, I think that'd be good. So yeah, it was good. It was really good. So we're excited about that.
What's next?
Nothing next.
Christmas.
Nothing, yes, Christmas is next, get through that, and there's nothing, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going into that, the Walsh, like, it's papered up, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't heard
if they
anything.
found-
And I feel like 4143, they're making that into a coffee shop. I think there was just delays, so I think it's gonna probably
long
after the
time,
new
yeah.
year, it'll be
Yeah.
open.
They're doing their own copy or is it they're bringing like something in?
I don't think they're doing, their own. I think they're like bringing in somebody to do that. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think they're like bringing their own.
They're gonna do red eye or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes, but yeah, they're taking over, I think it's just taking longer to do that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
With the friends,
What's that?
the Friends of North City, just a little follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's North City. So the Friends of North City were finally able to plant 46 plants in the stretch between the train canopy and the railroads. So I hope in the springtime it really will look nice. So put big bushes in and a lot of perennials. I think along 100 daffodil bulbs,
Oh,
which
that
were
would be
donated
awesome.
by the Beautification Commission.
Oh, nice.
So we planted that all, we are waiting for mulch. Northern Oak Landscape offered to mulch it for free, so we give them the time they need. If they mulch in the spring, that's fine too, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter right now. And yeah, we are very happy that we did that, and hopefully we can really open it up in the spring for everybody.
Well, you hung in there.
Yeah.
Big project.
No, we good, yeah.
Yeah.
And like the businesses look good, like mine, designs, all the, like I
Yeah.
said, the businesses look good.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's
so it's
good.
good. And
Yeah.
somebody, a new guy moved into like a woodworking person who seems so nice.
Really?
Into that, and he had a ton of stuff out, I guess, when I was at my place, but someone said he had a ton of stuff
Where-
out at
where
his
is
thing, so in the back of, so Freya is like the massage person
Yeah.
in the back, he used to
Oh,
have
yeah.
a gym
Yeah.
or something, so he
Wait,
took
there's
it
a
over.
Repair car thing,
There was one?
the repair, the garage or what?
Yes, but it's behind the garage, it's a big,
Oh.
this is the big garage,
Yeah.
but he's doing like, he's like refinishing, woodworking or something like that, young guy, really nice.
Mhm.
So he moved in there and, yeah.
Good,
Yeah, it's good.
That's
All
great.
good for Scituate,
yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah.
It's good for Jane to know.
Yeah. Okay, so Greenbush, Shelley's not here, I'm surprised I didn't hear her, she probably forgot. Chrissy, Scituate Harbor.
So, thank you, first of all, because we got the lights on the trees and.
Yeah, we're
I don't know if
thrilled.
You've seen them? but
Yeah, they look
They
awesome.
look great. They did a-
Yeah.
You did a really nice job.
Yeah.
So we were doing 16 at first with the grants that we got.
Yeah.
And then we added a few more, so, and we're up to like, probably 19 or 20 maybe. Everyone's complaining that theirs didn't get lit. They didn't get lit, so,
That's a good complaint.
yeah, so we added a couple more here and there.
Good.
But they do look great, and he's been really nice to work with, so
Good.
That's great.
that's been great, and everyone's been happy about that.
How about the invoice?
The invoice, I was trying to find it before I left, and
Okay,
it's also being updated today, and he said I'll update it,
okay,
so.
just send it and I'll submit it.
Just because he was adding a couple more. And then we raised the money from the buoys. We sold, I think there might be a couple left to sell, but we sold close to 300.
Wow.
That was
That's
awesome.
awesome.
And I'm sure if
Really
you
good.
sneak that without, you know,
Yeah.
getting money, but overall, I think we probably raised close to 4,500 and more, maybe.
Cool.
The goal was 5,400 profit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess it's 45 to 100.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it was fun, so.
Yeah.
And Tucker Patterson and Dave Doffney helped build the lobster trap tree. And they were so easy to work with and super nice and friendly.
Great.
I mean, I think they put it up in like, I went down there, it was like 15 minutes. It seemed like very quick. Yeah, so we got the lights donated for that from the hardware store from Matt.
Great.
And the event on that first Friday was the same night as the Super Bowl, so it probably wasn't as crowded as it would.
Seemed crowded.
It was
though.
crowded, but not,
It seemed good.
Yeah.
yeah. But everyone seemed happy. And then we had Santa the next morning, and that was a huge crowd on Saturday morning. That was, I think, the biggest crowd, we've had. Maybe because it's post-COVID, like you're saying,
Yeah.
like, people are coming back out.
Yeah,
But that was a good one. I'd like to make that day more active. Like, we
Right.
can't just have Santa and then,
Nothing.
right,
Right.
you know, and somebody can be down there selling trees or donuts and coffee or.
I felt like when my kids were little, this was years ago, that they were like doing some pancake we didn't go, I remember there was something after the Santa,
Was it,
that you would like walk to someplace and
because it
have
used
like
to be down
pancakes.
at the old Pier 44, whatever, it is, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then with the pancakes there?
No, I don't think we ever went, but I remember I'm like, I wanna go to the pancake thing. No,
Maybe
we
it's at
always
St.
saw it where it
Mary's.
is now,
Was it,
near
Maybe it's
Lucky
at-
Finn, but then I felt like there was,
I wonder if it was
something
at the,
after.
like St. Mary's?
Yeah, I bet it was at St. Mary's.
yeah, I could be making that up.
That
We
would
didn't
be
go,
a
but I remember
great-
being like, I wanted
Yeah.
to.
It would
bring
be a
my-
great
We
addition.
need something else.
Yeah.
I would love, and also,
I could be
just
making that up, I think I
kid-wise,
remember
Yeah,
that.
it's not.
it's not dark. And all the other events this time of year in Scituate are like, you know, first night, which is, it's dark, and so you've got little
Yeah.
kids, you've got to get home by 6:30. But yeah, if you have like something that follows the Santa in the daytime, it's awesome. Like, I know Classic the same day was doing their stroll, in the afternoon, so, just, I don't know.
We need something like.
Uh,
it'd be cool to have something.
I want the, you know, there's a lot of things I want that I have voiced, but, I think a nice addition maybe down near Marie, or maybe not, just maybe, just spread it out, especially if they're going to St. Mary's, is that talking Christmas tree. They have it in Nantucket at the Stroll.
Oh,
They had it for years.
really?
Yeah, and it just sits on the corner. I don't know how they operate it, but a kid will walk up and the tree will say something to the kid.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way.
You said it's in
It's
Nantucket?
probably, could even be like a Ring doorbell, right? If it,
Oh, like someone's inside the bank back there or something?
yeah, or someone's watching it from their phone or
Yeah,
something.
okay.
But it's a really
Something
great
down that corner.
attraction. I don't know if near Marie's would be, where the new kiosk is. I don't know if that's the
Well,
right.
that, I'm not gonna worry about that, about getting electricity down there next year.
Yeah,
Because that would be nice to have lights on that.
yeah,
You could probably do solar lights on that,
yeah,
but to have, you know, put a tree down there would be nice.
yeah.
But we did like the little tree across the street. In the green in front of us.
Is there any reason, or has anybody ever spoken to St. Mary's about using their parking lot for like that evening?
Their big parking lot,
Yeah,
do people not park there?
I feel like people park there.
do they park?
Oh, yeah, we always park there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever
I
like,
parked there for Halloween,
We always park there for
Yes.
Halloween and all that, if we
I
could.
mean, I always just park in the back, so I never go that far.
Right.
But I feel like people do park.
Yeah.
And-
People park there for every, like all,
Yeah,
like
it
for
just seems
Heritage
like
Day.
if we could partner with them more, you know, like a pancake breakfast.
And I think Emily was talking with them about doing some things. They were originally, I'm not sure if they ended up doing something fell through, I know, but I'll make a note of that.
But I think that, I don't feel like that's ever like closed off, like I don't see a sign.
No,
I-
no, I've never seen it.
No, I always park there
Yeah.
when, like during big events,
Yeah.
if we can't find parking.
But I like the pancake breakfast type thing.
Yeah, that would
Mm.
be, I mean,
hot chocolate and pancakes.
I mean, Santa could come in over by the,
Or like cookie decorating or gingerbread making or something.
wait, where does he come in?
He comes in at the harbor master's stop.
Oh, okay, so
Because
that's,
then he sits
that's
on
a
the
good
deck
one.
right there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice. It was high, it was low tide this year, so I feel like he couldn't get as close to that. I don't know if it's changed because now those docks stay in,
Yeah,
so he doesn't get kind of as close to the kids maybe as he used to.
Oh.
Which is fine. They were all
okay,
there waiting, but just feels like they used to get a little closer about peak.
right,
But he sat there for, I'm gonna say it's close to 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
So, it was a nice day, so it wasn't
Yeah.
cold,
yeah,
and it's a great spot to get pictures.
right,
We have a lot of things we need to do better, like rope that off the night before.
Yeah.
We have people were like on top of them when we came in, but that's all right.
yeah, that's,
But,
yeah.
the police were great, the harbor masters were great.
Good.
I think everyone's good.
yeah.
But yeah, we definitely need more something.
So what's next for you guys?
We're hoping to have a party in January to thank everyone for helping us get it all together.
Good,
So we've done this before at the mill, they
Yeah.
have us come in. So that, we're trying to plan that for January. So thank you to everyone.
Good.
And there's just definitely a lot of new interest and new blood down there. Everyone seems happy.
I was curious, on two spaces. One, the new bakery, and the woman that's coming in, I did some research, she sounds great. I don't
The
know.
woman from Hingham, right?
Yeah,
Is she
yeah.
still coming? Because it seems like it's been a long time.
So I know her, well, I used to teach her kids. And I saw her at the chamber meeting like a month ago. And she just said it's just like longer, it's just taking longer. She's wonderful. She won like Cupcake Wars. She, like years ago, I've had her cupcakes. She's gonna
It
make
seems
like,
it'd be great.
yeah, it's gonna be like a bistro, like a whole like with sandwiches and a huge table
Sweet.
and like it's
Yeah.
gonna be really neat.
It's called Eve, right?
Yeah, she's a great
What's it called?
Eve,
Like with
N-E,
bread.
K-N-E-A-D.
Oh.
Yeah, she just said like, I was like, you gotta have it open for December, like, come on,
Yeah.
sit outside or something. But I don't know, I think she was just
I mean,
like
now she's
overwhelmed.
down, I wouldn't open.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, now I'm like,
Now
whatever.
just make sure she's there for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. I know, but I think it just took longer. like,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to-
everything does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she was at that chamber meeting
Okay.
and she spoke to everyone and.
And she's going into where the Harborside Nutrition Place was.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So where the bakery was is still nothing.
Oh, I didn't know
Right.
that. Oh, I don't know.
hadn't heard, yeah.
That other bakery is still.
Yeah.
They paid for that up too, but I don't think there's anything.
Yeah,
And then I didn't know.
I should
that-
text her and see, I'll text her, I have her text
Yeah,
Victoria
that'd be great.
and see yeah, I'll text her.
And plant the idea about St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
actually opened that weekend, 12 years ago or whatever, and it happened to be like 80 degrees. So
Oh.
they sent the wrong freezers and everything was messed up. I'm like, we have to be open.
Yeah.
You have to be open.
Yeah, no. I think she's definitely gonna plan on it. I'll text her though and say.
And there's definitely, multiple people have asked me, where can I get a cupcake in Scituate? So.
Oh, that's it.
Wow.
She's, yeah, her cupcakes are really good. I've ordered them multiple times before, they're good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. mhm.
And then I just was following up on the Dunkin' Donuts space, not that, if there had been any
oh, yeah.
word on anything.
The only thing I
especially-
heard, and this is probably, I don't know, someone was trying to get Kel to come back. With Kel's photography, Kel.
Oh, from Canada.
Yeah, but that's all I heard.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be a great spot for him.
But it's, Duncan is gone.
No, yeah. I know, so it's set up for like a food type service. It'd be a lot to take all that out for Kel.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that had been mentioned in the last meeting was was the only bathrooms
Yeah.
in that, on
that's
Front
right.
Street, that people could use, so that was the other.
Well, technically, they are supposed to be able to use the harbor masters.
Yeah.
That's been a little bit of a challenge, but.
And we have a bathroom that we let people use, but we're not on Front Street.
Right.
So I don't know how much people realize that it's there.
Well, that's something that we want to work on to get in the harbor. We do it for North Scituate. We bring porta potties in for the season.
Really?
EDC paid for them
So we have a porta in
by the
the,
playground.
in the playground. So people wouldn't, because Stacy was like, everyone's using my bathroom. So, from like. What's the-
Memorial Day to
Yeah, till like
October.
October or something, they put in and it was great.
I mean, if you could possibly get a price over the winter for, they have the nicer ones.
Like the ones you have at a wedding.
Yes,
Looks like a little
Yeah.
condo.
yeah. I don't know where we put it,
What's the
but
one in North Citrus, just a regular one?
yeah,
I probably wouldn't put that, because then they think, I don't know, like you probably, because ours is in the playground, so you can't really see it, like that's more, but if it's in probably main area, you probably want this one.
right. And the deal is that they come and clean it weekly.
Yes, we.
Yeah, I don't even know, but we have nothing to do with it.
I would think the one in the harbor would need to be cleaned more than weekly.
Yeah.
If you had one in the harbor.
I think we have at the beaches, they're cleaned 2 or 3 times weekly.
Yeah.
Which you need.
So that's something that, we might want to talk about for the harbor. We've also talked about new benches.
We have talked about that several
Yeah.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a quote from
Scituate,
Scituate Chair, I love those, they last. I have them on the patio
yeah.
and have you seen those?
Mhm.
He does such a nice job. I think if we did a couple a year, spread
Yeah,
it out, you don't have to do them all at
yeah.
once.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Well, I mean, as part of the community leader thing, it would probably be very valuable for the harbor merchants to come up with what it is that would make things better for business down there for them. We know trash barrels, seating, restrooms. We've just touched on 3 of the major ones. Some landscaping flowers, but who did that last year? Was it, what's his name?
The ones on Front Street?
Yeah,
The guy that's always done it,
yeah.
did he do it again?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, because they were different look. It was a different
Yeah,
look. I'm not sure he did it.
It would be nice to have a cohesive look.
Yes.
Um,
And how about street cleaning, street sweeping, Front Street, stuff like this for the
It's
summer.
nice now that they just repainted
It is very nice.
Yeah.
And I hope now we see a different if this.
Maybe, right.
Because before you couldn't see if they did it or
Yeah,
not, because it was just so.
I think it's all a positive, it seems like.
Yeah, definitely.
In North Citrus too, it seems like everyone's just,
Well,
Working.
I mean, that's the big thing is being able to have someone sit at the table and try to encourage them to like either come to us or try to figure out where we can make some positive changes. So,
Good question. I know that you mentioned Dunkin' Donuts, the bakery and the nutrition place as going out of business, but generally it's pretty low turnover in the harbor, right?
I think it's been pretty good for a while. There's definitely some empty spots, like that Front Street Gourmet has been empty for 10 years, maybe?
yeah, does Jerry own that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So there's some little spots, but other than that, you're right, like, a lot of people have been there for a while.
And then North Situate?
Most of the people have been there for a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are wanting, actually, I know 2 people that are wanting spots in North Situate. Yeah, that are looking for spots. So, like, not huge spots, but smaller spots. So, yeah, they're definitely, people have been there for a while. So it's good. Something new, actually, I did see a sign yesterday or something did come in near, like a healing place or something. I don't know what that was.
Yes, it's the wellness center, I looked them up. It's
Yeah, I don't know
like
what
might
that
have
is.
missed.
I think it's on the top, it's in the area where Circe's is, but I think it's on the top.
Oh.
Because it's not, definitely not the bottom, because I know people that want a bottom
Yeah.
spot on there, that are waiting for a bottom spot. But it's still, it must be on the top, but their sign just went up yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's like their downtown location. They also had like another like house that is part, like a fence house or something that they
Oh.
also speak to, but like that's their storefront presence.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, people are wanting different things, I mean, it's good.
Okay, good. Anything else?
No, just a huge thank you.
Oh, no, we're
I
thrilled.
mean, I love just driving up and down.
Yeah.
You know, looking at the lights, it's so pretty.
It looks great.
Yeah.
It's gonna look great for all those events.
And it'll be nice, like, in the summer,
Yeah,
like, there's so many more people walking, I think, it's
Right.
just, they're so bright and.
Yeah.
It'll just open up, we'd like to light the back, so I went to pick up takeout at the Millwork the other night, and just walked at the back of Nona's. You wouldn't know Christmas was coming in the back, there's nothing.
Yeah.
So there's all those, there's like light posts on the top of the docks, sort of, I don't think they're part of the marina there,
okay,
but on the wall between Nona's and the mill,
okay.
and there's a light on the top, I'm like, why can't we just wrap those poles just along the harbor?
Well, I
It's
mean-
so pretty, but I don't know who owns them, so that was one of my questions.
Oh,
I don't know if it's town or the harbor, the marina.
I don't know.
And who do you ask about that?
Probably, call town administrator's office and talk to Michelle.
Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah, yes, she probably would be able to find out anyway.
And then we'd also like to light the parking area, some of those little old, those lampposts in the back, if you look at them, I think they're really, really old. They're just a wooden pile.
Yeah.
With a light on top.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice if we can get even just a string of lights on those.
Yeah.
And that doesn't need to be professionally
Right,
done. I think we can kind of do that.
It is really dark though in the back, because my in-laws live in they live in the Welch building, like they
oh,
live
yeah,
in.
the mill.
So when I go there, it's right next, they live in the building right next to you, but it's dark, because we park underneath, and they're older, like they're old, you know,
Yeah.
so.
Need better lighting.
Yeah, back there, because it's,
So that's
really
really
dark.
my wish list.
Start making your list.
Yeah.
Because we could probably knock some things off fairly easily.
Okay.
Especially be ready for the summer, and we should use St. Patrick's Day as the date. Anyway. All right, do you have anything else?
No, thank you very much.
Okay. So Linda is not here. I'm getting to you guys. Jane, you wanna tell us all about the Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Jean Norton, and well, Well, we're just coming into the holiday season, doing a lot of the same things, trying to promote events in different districts in town. We promoted holidays in the harbor, holidays being in Hummerock, and North Situate. Please feel free to send events also, because I sort of scour around Facebook, which I really don't like Facebook. But and send them along so we can promote and put it out there. We have different lists and general interest and and we're just looking into the new year. 2024 is going to be a little bit different. We'll, moving around some things, and I don't know, just looking forward to that. Really, getting more inclusive, more people involved, and hopefully building bridges with some of the other groups in town. Is that good?
You seem to have more, your membership is growing.
Yes, I've had that note. What else note? We had 5 people join just last week alone. Week and a half. Yeah, last week. It was like, crazy. I mean, wonderful,
Yeah.
really. And there's, again, like I heard with other districts, new energy, more excitement and ideas. So I think it's all like, it's a good synchronicity we have going on in Scituate in general.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a question for you and Chrissy. The restaurants in the harbor, are they part of either of your groups?
They are in ours.
They are.
They don't all do a lot, but they're part of it. And Arlene from Hibernian, when she saw everything Friday night in the lobster tree, she mentioned she wants to be more part of it. Right, so I think this new energy will help. And the restaurants always
Do the restaurants?
do some things, but they don't participate a lot, except like Michelle from the mill does a lot.
Yeah.
And, but we did those holiday cocktails for the weekend of Holidays in the Harbor, and everyone participated in that, which was I think it was a nice thing to do with the restaurants.
Yeah.
Some people think it's like the kid event, and then it's hard to mix the kid event and then the like whining and dining event type thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like maybe 2 different weekends, or do the cocktails for the whole season. But they do help a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 4 restaurant members I can think of off the top of my head. 5 actually. Well, she's coming. Need has joined as well, Victoria. So at least 5 in the harbor.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it would be good to motivate them to even do something on their own that would encourage.
Remember years ago, we did what's that restaurant week?
That's what I was thinking.
What's
Is
it
there
called?
one?
We
No.
did it years ago.
Yeah.
Everyone had a special like Monday through Thursday or
Yeah.
Sunday
I
through
think the
Thursday.
last one was before COVID,
I
right?
think definitely, yes,
2019.
yes, but they did do that. It was like, I want to say early April.
Cause that's when they do it, you should do it when they do it in Boston, cause they do it in Boston
Yeah.
in April around, so it'd be good to do it that same week, because then people are like,
Yeah.
they can't go there and
Right.
here, I don't know, cause the restaurant week in Boston's always publicized.
I think the lady from Reba used to do
Well,
that.
it would be nice to maybe even talk about doing something like the taste of, like Hingham does.
Which is no longer.
Oh, they don't do it anymore?
No, it stopped and it's not coming back. But I love that like event. Do you know what that is? It was the Taste of Hingham, and I would say 20 or 30 restaurants
At least.
would do sampling. It was the restaurants were giving it away. It was started as a chowder event, but it turned into a taste, and they had the best appetizer and best chowder and best dessert and all that. And they would close down Main Street in Hingham. It was great. It was in like the 3rd Saturday in May.
Yeah, it's always a nice day.
It took a lot of people, that congregational church members, they organized the whole thing. So they had like, all the volunteers came from the church. And you need that kind of help.
Yeah,
But it is great. I mean, we could definitely do it in the
Yeah.
back parking lot somewhere.
Yeah.
right.
Be,
Well, it itself could be just an event. Jane, were you gonna say something?
No, I was just thinking how we only had a few entrants for the Chowder Fest. Well, we was not involved actually, other than ladle and chowder. And at Fall for Scituate. And the lines and the people and the interest it was amazing, you know, and so a taste of Scituate would be very cool, I think. Yeah, I think that's.
Well, it's, we haven't talked about it, but we're hoping that there will be some event or series of events for the lighthouse opening, so that might be a nice, you know, if we're inviting people into town, that taste of Scituate is a nice option.
Right.
When, I'm sure Joby would get behind it,
Right.
you know, especially if it was a charter thing, you know?
You could even, if you did it with the lighthouse, you could just do a chowder thing almost.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, remember what they did, that Lobster Fest thing in Marshfield, that first year they did it, I mean, it was 1,000 people.
Yeah, I think I think Hingham used to be 2,000 at least.
Yeah.
And, you know, we would be mobbed for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And with all the food trucks now, it's easy to do these
It's
kind of
much
things.
easier, yeah.
I had Miss Emily's for the first time at Holidays in Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
They parked right outside.
Right outside your door,
It's
yeah.
great, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great addition.
Mhm.
So,
With the new oyster farm, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
Duxbury had they used to do an oyster event at Duxbury Beach, and it was crazy attended.
huh, I forgot about that, Susan.
Yeah, because I think, I don't know what North Citrus is like, but when they, like, I love the events like the Heritage Days, which draws all these people, but it's only one weekend.
Right,
It'd be nice to spread things out
Yeah.
some other times.
yeah. I think that if we are all coordinating what the events are, then,
And you can even add some more Scituate, like vendor, you know,
Oh,
Yeah.
stuff.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Cause I know like when they used to do years ago, I remember going to one in Woodstock, Vermont, like the Taste of Woodstock, and then they were like a little thing where kids could do something or something,
Yeah.
you know, you could add. So when we were walking around, our kids could do, yeah.
Because the Hingham
try
ones,
those.
like Derby Street restaurants would come down and
Yeah,
it's not
Yeah.
just, you don't
yeah,
have to
no,
even
they
swear.
could definitely.
Right.
Okay, well, we're full of ideas. Jane, you have anything else to add, or?
I don't think so. I'm trying to remember my notes. No, I think I'm all set.
Okay, great.
Hey, Sue,
Paul, yes?
does anyone know what is going in the old Bank of America building across from the church? I see a lot of
I do.
activity, but I've never heard what's going in there.
The old Bank of America across from the
Oh,
church parking lot.
I know, there's someone always working on it.
I think it's an either architectural or it's some kind of office.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find out though.
I heard that too, it was some office.
That's a great spot.
Yeah.
I was wanting to put like a Bergson's type thing. Remember Bergson's?
Yeah.
That would be a really
That's
good
nice.
spot.
Okay, so I know that we have, before we start talking about the marketing proposal, I know we have Brenda and Angela here about their application that we got this morning or last night. So thank you for coming, and I know that you wanna just give us an overview, right? We can't vote on it right now because it's even too late, but we would most likely be able to vote on it in January or sooner. We might be able to do a special meeting if you needed us to. So why don't you tell us, the application looked great, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
It was very difficult to write because much of it we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And we kept saying, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
But the best news is we had private citizens give us $100 as wanting to be
Nice.
sponsored today.
Very good.
And so that's encouraging because we haven't really talked about it. But Angela and I are here representing the 3 sister city groups and our parent umbrella group, which is the 501c3, the Scituate Sister City Project. And this has been in operation for a few years, the Foreign Film Festival. It was at St. Mary's Hall for years. They let us have it for free. We made about $30 or $40 each showing. It was not huge, so shall we say. But with the Rio opening, we said, why not have a real festival? And we have among the three sister cities, resources. For instance, we intend to get the three consul generals down and have something spectacular with them, either a meet and greet or that they would have a little chat before one of the movies or whatever. But that would be quite impressive, having the three consul generals come to Scituate. And of course, we have the flags, and we can be flying the sister city flags. And actually, this has been an extraordinary year for the sister cities. And I think that has engendered the enthusiasm that we have for a fabulous foreign film festival. We had the initial entry of the Cape Verde group, and we celebrated the Independence Day. We celebrated Bastille Day, and we had the first procession for St. Catherine del Fogo.
Yeah. St. Catherine of Alexandria.
Of Alexandria. She used to live in Scituate. She was moved a few years ago, and she's back, and we're very happy for that. In the French group, because the Olympics are going to be in France this year, we have a group of children going, students going, not as an exchange, but to participate in a special Olympic program that CC Ambry is developing, and they aren't really Olympic sports. It can be ping pong and several other things that they're going to be teams, and they're going to be mixed teams, I believe Germany, France, United States, and I don't remember the fourth country. It could be England, it could be someplace else, I don't know. But anyway, they're going to have fabulous competitions and just get the spirit of the Olympics, and they're going to go to Paris and see all of the venues. So that's fabulous for the French, fabulous for the Cape Verdeans, and we finally had our first exchange. We were about to have it when we were stopped by the pandemic, so we finally had that, and it was a huge success. People said that changed their whole life. It was something that they will remember forever. So we're coming off this great excitement, and now having the Rio open, we sat down, we said, why not make this really a real festival? So we're going to have 4 different movies, 2 French and 1 Irish and 1 Cape Verdean. The 2 French are because we're going to have a matinee. A lot of people say they don't want to come out in the dark. So this is especially for senior citizens, but anyone is invited to it. But we're going to have buses from the senior center take people to the theater. And one of the things that we are hoping that this brings a significant impact to the harbor businesses. First of all, we hope to introduce people to Scituate who haven't been here and have enough offerings that they are intrigued and want to come back. They might say, oh, I'm coming back to that Salt Cave, or that's a great idea, or something like that. And we are asking restaurants to have a special offerings, either food, it could be an appetizer from a country that's showing the movie, a dessert, a drink, we don't care what it is. Just have something special to join in the celebration. And we're also thinking that we will have a drawing, and the entry to the drawing is a receipt from a restaurant. So that this will again be an encouraging, oh, I have to go to the restaurant because I can have a free entry into a drawing. And of course, that's going to depend on what the prize is. We think a cash prize might be enticing, but that's going to depend on how much money we raise. So we would like to have it maybe $100 or something that's significant enough that people say, wow. And at any rate, I think we really want to bring in a lot of people. We want to bring them in early to go to a pre-theater dinner or after theater drinks. We want to have them strolling around. If some stores have some special trinkets of Scituate and want to stay open a little later on that particular night of the movie, that would be wonderful with us. That we would like to have as many people seeing Scituate, and even the locals. We have to remember, and this is something that Plymouth reminds us all the time, locals are tourists also. And to introduce our own people, I can't tell you how long it's been since I've been in the harbor. I think it was the summer, I don't think I've been there since. And this, it's come back to the harbor. We would like to do it with the whole town, but this year we really have to start small, just to make sure we're successful. But either one of us can answer the question if you have it.
I think Jane mentioned the excitement, she mentioned that she had more people joining the chamber. I think this summer, it was the first time in a while that the Sister City Projects had a booth in Heritage Day. And there was so much excitement about Scituate, welcoming the different cultures and, from children to seniors, very interested. So the film festival, last year was the first year that the Sister City Cape Verde participated, and we showed a documentary, and the conversations after the documentary was wonderful. Cape Verde is new to the Sister City. As a country, it's very young. It's only been independent from Portugal in 48 years, so there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of interest. So we learn a lot from our other sister cities that have been around for a while. Brenda is such a wonderful resource. I don't know what I would do without her. But I think it's just adding to that excitement, bringing people to Scituate, especially during the winter months. I think it's great for the entire Harvard district, and we'll invite high school students to come watch the movies. The documentary that we're looking at right now, one of the producers is actually from the Cape for ours, so we want him to come and meet, and he can have discussions at the theater afterwards. So we just want to build upon it, but taking it from St. Mary's Hall or the senior center and bringing it to a theater where it belongs, I think is really appropriate and allows us that ability to expand it and make it more of a community event.
That's great.
I'm still hoping to find at no charge the lights that will shine up and see. That's my dream. But I'm not willing to pay for it.
Well, you'll probably find it, if I know you.
But to make it really exciting. One of the things we really want to do is to promote what the sister cities have done. So we're going to have our children, our students who have been on exchanges available before a film to chat with people and tell them about their exchanges and how much they learned and how much they liked. Because without the Mariner, it's very hard to get all this information out. We used to be able to,
There we go.
It's not easy. But at any rate, we are hoping you support us. It's very expensive. We used to just say, well, this is like showing a film with a family, so we never pay a fee or anything. But this, we are going strictly legitimate now and playing by the rules. And the rules are very expensive. The theater is $300 a film or an hour, I've forgotten which. And so that comes up to over $1,000. The fees for licensing for the films is over $1,000. So the theater will have the concession whenever they sell at the concession, and they sell adult beverages, and they would take that. And we would just have the suggested donation of $10 a person. And we accept more if people say that.
What days of the week are they on? Is it a Sunday or Saturday?
I think
During the week.
Thursday, most of them.
Oh, Thursday, most of them are Thursday. January 11th is in the evening. January 24th is the matinee at 1 o'clock. That could be a Wednesday, I don't remember. February 1st is a Wednesday or Thursday. And March 5th is the same. They're either Wednesday or Thursday.
I wonder, Brenda, if you did some kind of promotion for each one of them at the senior center and had your students come and
That might
talk
be an
about it, so that,
excellent
like,
idea.
almost like just to get the momentum going.
Yeah. Exactly, we could kind of do a lunch,
Yeah.
lunch entertainment for
There's a
them.
piano there, I know.
I mean?
There's a piano there.
Uh-huh.
Maybe somebody could play some music that belonged to whatever, which one you promoted.
But I think it will be something that, first of all, celebrates the cultures of the sister cities.
Right.
And I think somebody actually said to me, within the past 6 months, I didn't even know there was an Irish sister city.
Yeah.
And, I think people were getting sick of listening to us, but apparently it isn't as well known as I thought. And this will be an opportunity to do this, and it's also during the winter doldrums.
Yeah.
So to have something exciting happening in town to bring people and their wallets.
Yeah.
They can't leave the wallets at home, bring the wallets with you. But to bring them with their wallets to Scituate, I think would be a great service. And we will build it over the years.
That's
So
great. So that's it in a nutshell?
that's
Okay.
it in a nutshell.
Well, that sounds great. So we will talk about it and see what we can do. Oh, Susie actually asked me earlier, have you gone to cultural for funding?
Yes. No, we haven't, but we are going to be looking into everything.
Yeah, okay, good.
They will be tired of hearing.
Because
about this.
like with the,
Put it on the agenda for the next cultural meeting, which we have in 3 weeks, I think.
yeah,
Okay.
beginning of
I will let you
January.
know, yeah, in January.
Is there a
Michelle
form?
Shigesi,
Is there a form?
I would email Michelle.
I don't know if there's a form.
There's no form, but you can get on the agenda.
But the
because
thing
Michelle
is, like with the
doing-
lighting that we did with the harbor, so cultural gave them some money and EDC gave them some
Yes.
money. So it was a
Okay.
nice combination.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that cultural would be interested.
Yeah.
Exactly in what you do.
Yeah,
Because
I
that's,
think
that's
it-
up there.
Patrice.
I think it defines both the EDC's mission and the cultural
Yeah.
mission. I mean, it really is what the town has set up mainly to help the economic development, but also to spread the word about Scituate
Right.
and to celebrate what we have.
Patrice is chair of
Yeah,
that,
Patrice May.
is chair of
Yeah.
cultural, you know.
I know some boys who are going, on the Olympic,
Uh-huh.
and they were at my house and they were very excited all
That's
about it.
going to be fabulous.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they will get an
they were telling us all
experience.
about it and we're like, we didn't know about that. My boys were like, why are we going to that? I'm like, sorry. But they were all excited about it.
They'll get an understanding of the Olympics, even though
Yeah.
they're not participating in Olympic sports, but they will
Yeah.
get an understanding.
Oh yeah, they're telling
of
us
the
all they're
sport.
doing some weird, I don't know.
And I just, as a little plug, the first winner of the modern Olympics in 1896 in Athens was James Brendan Conley of South Boston. He won the hop, skip, and jump, and he was my grandmother's cousin.
Oh, skip and a jump. Is that where that came from? Oh, skip and a jump? Oh, that's funny. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for
Yeah.
listening to us at such short notice.
And do you know if you would discuss this before, just because that first film is early January?
Yeah, I know, I saw
Yeah.
that afterwards.
I think we have to have a special meeting.
We probably would have to have a special meeting. But we'll just let you know.
Okay.
If we have, so the commission members all have the application now. So maybe I'll ask for some questions or whatever. And we'll go.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay, the last thing we're gonna talk about is the marketing proposal. Susan, I was going to ask you if you wouldn't mind just recapping what we've done so far and maybe what we're trying. Our goal maybe tonight is to start the conversation about what it is we're trying to do.
Sure. Thank you. And thanks for all the updates. It's awesome to learn about what's happening all around the town. It's a lot of exciting things happening. So the marketing plan, Sue, I think, we talked about this in a previous meeting a few months ago. Sue had a great idea that to maybe capitalize on some things that have been done in the past, like the Scituate and the Scituate Visitor Center. And now that we have some momentum behind the grant applications and all of you groups are working together, to try to pull it all together with a marketing plan that can be brought forth into the future and have, some execution points to help build the tourism from our, to our town internally, honestly, and externally. So to that end, Sue and I and Gina had interviewed 2 firms. One, BKM Marketing, just I have known them. They're a South Shore firm, although they do not have great experience in this space, municipal space. They do have a lot of great experience in direct marketing and data gathering and measurement of success. And the principal I've known for a long time, and he's a bright guy. And in the interest of time, we chose a couple local firms. The other one is Darlene Hollywood, who I also know through work at the chamber, and she actually does have some experience in this space. She is on the South Shore Economic Development Council, and did the, hello.
Hello, South Shore.
Yes, hello, South Shore, thank you. So, which some of you may know about or saw some, promotion about that back in the spring, and she won a national award for that program. So that firm has some great experience, or some experience in this space, and also a local firm out of Hingham. So we got 2 proposals from each of them and had the commission rank them based on that. Now, other members of the commission did not interview the firms. Darlene and Bruce were interviewed by myself, Gina, and Sue, and we were able to sort of ask some questions. They came back with their proposals. We had to go back and sort of have them tighten them up a little bit. And we're now at this point, and the commission, other members of the commission have sort of ranked sort of this proposal. And, there's some great questions. And Sue, I don't know if you want to, raise some questions that you had about the plan.
Yeah, so we interestingly, there were comments that we were thinking but didn't express, which was really good for us to see and hear. And reviewing the proposals revealed that we need to better define what we're looking for. And so we don't want to just hire a marketing firm to do, because it really just doesn't make any sense to hire someone to not really know what we're trying to get out of it. We're trying to build awareness of the town. We're trying to attract visitors. On the other hand, we want to be prepared for visitors, like we were talking about. Infrastructure with restrooms and all those kinds of things. And we also have a lot of assets, meaning we have the branding that the town has done, and would, obviously want us to use. We have the visitor center that the town has invested in as a vehicle to promote Scituate. And we have a lot of things going on that we'd like to try to pull together. So I think instead of probably even voting tonight, we initially were thinking we would want to vote on these 2 proposals, but it doesn't make any sense for us to do that. I think we need to be better define what we're trying to accomplish. And then if in January we can do that, but I'd love to be ready to be able to execute the plan in the spring so that we don't miss the opportunity. We've learned a lot about that with the visitor center. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And we wanted to have a discussion about what it is we each envision happening with this marketing company. Like, for example, a simple thing is, who is going to work with the marketing company. You know, it's not like, okay, you go do your job. They would need to work with us. So what kind of time is that? An investment on our own? And do any of us have the expertise that is needed for that? So there's lots to talk about. And Grace and I had a conversation today, and you have some background in this or some,
Yeah, and I just think building on your point earlier, I would really love to be able to connect what Barry and I are going to be doing with the communication strategy and create a way to gather information this person could use
yes.
and leverage their work as well. So I think a pause could,
Be a big benefit.
be a big benefit to everybody, yeah.
I mean, I know that the town administrator and they're very interested in us taking this on behalf of the town. So we want to be sure that we are setting our goals up. It's not a lot of money. They were both just under $10,000. And we thought that the execution may in fact be another $10,000. We just didn't know. So
Depends on what we want to do.
exactly.
They really deliver us like an outline for a campaign,
Right.
for example, to
Right.
get Scituate out there, that would cost some money. Or what I would like to use it for is not to pressure the town, but to show the town, this is what you have to do. This is where you have to invest.
Mm.
This is what we need to get to the next point. This is what we need to get more revenue in. You have to invest first in your infrastructure. Because we are talking to them for years to do that. And this is this very slow response. They never say no, but there's no action. So
In their defense, I
Yeah.
would say there are so many other things to be addressed. But I think if we came with the data to say, if we do this, this is the expectation. And we need to get people on board, that we're not trying to create this, Chatham. We're not trying to have those kinds of crowds. We're trying to attract, a busload of 10 people that are coming from Boston, stop in Scituate for lunch, go to Plymouth to do whatever they're gonna do in Plymouth. So those are the kinds of things, and those kinds of things would make a huge difference to the town revenue if they're having lunch or whatever. So,
or if there's a boat coming in, if we can handle that with our harbor.
Right.
The harbor master.
right,
I mean, we could, but it
Right.
just could be done.
Right.
But, somebody has to coordinate all that.
We
And
talked about that years ago, didn't we?
yes, I think Frank always had this in his mind.
Yeah.
That he hears about it, boats come to Plymouth, why don't come boats to Scituate?
well, I don't think there's a place to dock.
Yes, there is,
It's not deep enough
For a bigger boat.
for a bigger
just for
boat.
big boats,
Big
but he
boats.
said the normal boats, not the
Oh, yeah,
ferries, but
normal
the normal
boats, yeah,
boats could
yeah.
easily come.
Well,
in.
the harbor is
Smaller boats.
something we haven't even tapped into, not the business district, the
The
water.
water, right, because that's.
It's a whole nother business district.
Yeah.
Right.
So how do we do that, So I'm gonna look right to you, Grace, to say, what would be the natural next step for us to do? To take your work and try to, at the same time, talk with these two particular companies?
To me, the natural next step is we're sort of talking around what I would call a problem statement,
Yeah,
but I think we could put it down on paper as, listen, we've had a discussion within the group, we've better defined what we're trying to solve for. This is ultimately what we're trying to get to, some outcomes. And then also if it is, if part of the ask is we're gonna need you to kind of build on some of these things and make sense of some of these things that we've already done, identify what those assets are that we want to put in front of them so that we as a group are agreed that, you know, we have the full set of things for them to connect and build on. But so I think it would be another scoping conversation, putting that in writing, having everybody sign off on it or a subcommittee sign off on that. And then I would imagine, you know, just doing an updated either meeting with those groups. I don't have the relationship with them, but going back to them and kind of.
Well, we're recognizing through this process that we need to dig deeper.
Yeah.
And so now the ask may be different.
I would call it like a project brief, like in terms of, we just do a one-page project brief that identifies in clear writing what we're trying to solve for, our outcomes, some of the things we have to work with, and then present it to them as an update to the project.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Do you have any current data on number of visitors to Scituate yearly?
We do, through the visitor center,
How about revenue?
We can get that through the town.
Then I think I love your idea of the brief, and like almost a mission statement, what are we trying to do? Tying some of those goals to, you know, drive revenue from tourism by X%, and
How to measure it, success.
drive awareness of the town of Scituate, increase revenue from both tourism and residents supporting local business. I think,
I love that, and also, you know, getting clear about who we are trying to attract to Scituate. I've heard and seen a couple different, I guess you'd call them personas of individuals you'd like to have here, but having a meaningful conversation about what that means. We say beachcomber, but we don't issue enough visitor permits for beaches. So I think we just want to be clear on if we are targeting certain, and that's not a good word, but like if we're doing outreach and intentional marketing of certain groups of people, that we have the right set of resources for them when they get here, I think is the other gut check I would love to see.
We always come back and circle back that history, the history is the magnet for the town. A lot of people come, but our museums or spaces are closed most of the time. And people have to call and so that they can accommodate them and they can be open, but even that information is not really available to people. So we have to do a much better job if we really get the visitors here to be prepared and not that they are standing in front of closed doors.
And we've always been hesitant to promote the beaches because there are no stickers available or parking. But we do have transportation.
We have, apparently, not all the towns have shuttles from the train to the beaches. That could be promoted differently.
We don't have a shuttle right now.
But we do not,
Because our shuttle does not cover the beaches.
Oh, well,
We
yeah,
have
but
to
it
work
could
on
be,
that.
it could be,
It could be, but we
Yes.
have to work on that.
yeah.
And that is.
But
the
we
town.
do have
We have a shuttle.
transportation. Not necessarily the beach right now, but we do have the contract in place.
But
Let's put it that way.
doesn't the shuttle go where you want? Like, can it take you where you want?
The shuttle is the Scituate sloop, the former Scituate sloop, and that was on a map. And it goes only like half a mile from this map around this district. So the beaches are not covered, which is nonsense, because it didn't even go to the lighthouse, because they said it's a too narrow street and they can't park there, and they can't turn around. But to be honest, I think that
But I
was the
thought it
company's
did go to
fault.
on demand. I thought it went to an on-demand service.
It went to an on-demand service, but it's
Still
still
won't
the
go to the
same
beach.
map.
Okay.
I called them and they
Okay.
said they're still restricted to the outline. And if you want to make the map bigger, they have to see if there's still one car enough to cover that, riderships, whatever, but there's no riderships, so I'm pretty sure.
That's like a college person
And
set that up, because in the North
That's
Shore, I
right.
saw it on Chronicle, there were these two college kids on the
Yes.
North
With the
Shore
Jeep?
that they had
It did
shuttles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they, some college kids should start that,
Yeah.
a little golf
I
cart
always
or.
told my college kids they should be doing Uber drivers and.
Yeah,
Saturday night.
that they should be doing that, and they had this whole service on the North Shore in the summer, and they
Yeah.
created this whole business. They
And it
met
was
them at the
free.
train. Yeah,
was
they met
free.
them at the train, yeah.
It
It was
was
like
like
Manchester
tips.
by the Sea or something like
Yeah.
that. And then they drive them to the train.
Yeah.
Well, and this isn't even tapping into what the bike committee is trying to do.
Right.
And there's intentions too. So there's a lot of new things that maybe could be connected into this.
Yeah, little bikes that they can then go to mine.
Well, actually, it was Jim Boudreau asked me, who was with me? Susan was with me, when we went to the budget meeting, and he asked if we had tapped into the blue bikes. And I said, no, we have no, I mean, we'd love to do that, but there's no plan for all that. It's almost like what we're talking about, is we need a plan.
The MBTA stations would be a no-brainer for a blue bike
Right.
station. People come in, get off the train.
No, Scituate.
Get a bike and drive around. Right?
Well, they
Because you could go from North Situate to Minot, you could
Yes,
go
exactly.
from Greenwich to Piccadilly.
Yeah.
Or you can go from North City to Piccadilly by bike.
After you take your
Well, yeah,
life
but-
in your hands
Well,
as a bike rider. You take your life in your hands.
That's right,
But even the
Riding a
scooters
bike.
too, like,
yes.
In a
Yeah.
bike
we
path.
took those scooters in Aruba from like 3 miles. to
Yeah.
One beach to the other.
And there's sidewalks all the way from the North Situate to mine.
Yeah.
There's a sidewalk all the way there.
But I think you should not use that for bicycles anymore. They changed that. When they put
No,
the
well, if they
sidewalk
have, to, I mean, if
in.
they have
Well, we're
to.
gonna let the bike committee do their work.
Yes, right. I mean, they want to have.
We
bike
can't do their
lanes.
work.
Oh, bike lanes, yeah, that's good,
Which
yeah.
I would think is perfect, makes it much more
Yeah,
safe.
no, that's about, yeah.
So, okay, so, I don't think by tonight we will define what we need to do, but we do know what we need to do next, correct?
Yeah, I think so. If we want to state, we want to redefine the goals and the problem statement, any project brief that we will then reissue.
Yeah.
To the firms.
Yeah.
companies.
Yeah.
Did you want to consider a subcommittee, or what is the right?
Well, Susan and Gina have, been working on it with me. Susan has some, background in it, and some years ago, right, Susan?
Yes, about 20 years.
Gina has no background in it. She would love to get off. Right? She said, I can't even
Yes,
have a
I'm
conversation
happy
about it.
to, it seems more of a communication.
Yeah,
Susan, the only question I had though, just in terms of pushing, is the impact on the two firms that have submitted already, and whether or not, there's any impact to delaying it until January, that you know
I
of.
don't think there's any impact. I think they just want to know the answer,
Yeah.
but part of that's probably been, we were maybe doing ready or aim, ready, shoot, or whatever. Weren't really taking a step back.
right.
Because we wanted to try and get it in, but if we want to resubmit or have another more in-depth meeting, potentially Grace with you and Barry, I think that that's perfectly appropriate. I'm sure they're fine with that. And if we want to come up with another list of questions for them, I mean,
Well, it would seem like between now and, our meeting in January isn't until the 22nd because of the holiday.
Maybe we could do it more internally, that we circle a paper and everybody can contribute to it.
Well, that was
Like a homework.
That was what I was gonna say, is
You don't
that
have to sit at the same
we could
table.
probably get to the January 22nd meeting with a recommendation of next steps, whatever those are, because that's a decent amount of time, even with Christmas in between, I think.
If you do it right now.
Um,
And not do
I
it.
mean, I haven't written a project brief probably in over 20 years, so I wouldn't feel confident doing that at this point, but
So what do you say?
what I'm thinking is, I don't know if we could maybe have, I guess, the subcommittee try and pull one together. I mean, what's the format? I don't know if Grace has a suggestion for that. That would be helpful.
I
start.
don't know, I don't know how drastically different they are. But I'm happy to pull the format together and maybe,
We can pull a subcommittee meeting together.
yeah.
What I definitely would like to see is a kind of a project plan from Hollywood. I mean, she's very vague in her timelines, what she will do. She has a lot of suggestions. She always says it's budget dependent, but in the end, I thought we didn't give her a budget until I saw the last slide, $9,500. I said, what the? But really, that was for me just not. I couldn't grab her priorities, her plan. That was so all over the place. And I liked the BKM or whatever the other company was. Just the budget plan. You know, I come from project management, so if you give me a project plan, I'm at home. You know, I could see, okay, they start there. This is costing this. Then they go over to this, and that's what I need for a plan. I don't know if all companies work like this, but I would really like to have her be more, giving us more structure. How she would do things, how long it would take her, and how much it would cost.
Well, I think to be fair, we should give them a structured ask to get a structured response. And so we can say that our expectations, as part of the project brief, is that submission includes a timeline. And I think that's reasonable.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she has to deliver that to her other customers too, right?
Susan?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get back to them because I think originally we were hoping to have an answer in November and then we pushed it off to this month. So now we're pushing off it again. So I just want to be able to
Why
give
don't
them
we,
sort of information where we're
why
at.
don't we regroup tomorrow, you and I, and have a conversation about what your conversation will be with them.
Okay,
You know, just, you know, we don't mean to put them off, and we don't mean to put them off. It's just that we
Right.
recognized our own
we're coming.
misunderstandings. They've helped us recognize it, actually.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, I
Yes.
guess.
We're getting closer to
Yeah.
what we need.
So if, why don't I just call you tomorrow and
Fine.
we'll
Great.
figure that part out.
Yeah,
Just so
I
we can
could-
get back to it.
Yeah, I'd say I can do anything probably between 10 and 11 or.
Okay, just text me when you're ready.
Okay, I will.
All right.
On my way.
Good, okay.
If you're
Right.
open to a non-EDC member, Water Resource Commission liaison helping, I'm a writer and communications advisor.
You're
So-
absolutely, yeah, Susan, you wanna take a vote?
Susan off.
Well, I just can't sit here
All
and
in
be like,
favor?
oh, this is what I do.
Oh,
That's great. That's great. Okay.
Absolutely.
That was great.
And, I think it might be helpful to have other people interview.
Get me out.
Yeah, let's just see, well, you and I'll talk tomorrow, and
Okay.
then we'll circle back and get I need your information.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Can you put it?
And honestly, if anyone
way.
felt there was another firm that needed to be added to the list, then I guess we should be open to that since this was again
course.
just sort of a.
Yeah,
novel
If you have
apply-
another
I know
one, or
there's
if somebody else come up with. I mean, I think Angela Hollywood, or what is her name, Andrea?
Darlene Hollywood.
Darlene Hollywood,
Yeah.
sorry. I think her background is really fitting our needs. I mean,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
worked for Plymouth Plantation, she has all these different companies, theaters, the South Shore Conservatory. I mean, this is more what we, more similar to our needs. I think her background really fits us well. I'm just not sure about her approach.
Well, we had similar concerns right out of the gate, right out of the gate.
That's good.
And it wasn't, honestly, I don't think it was her fault. It was us trying to recognize what we need, so thank you for.
Sorry for my
Anyway.
lengthy email.
No, it's very good.
Thank you.
So does anyone else have anything else to talk about?
Did you have any?
No, I don't. We have our meeting tomorrow night, so.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okay, great. Then can I have a motion to, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All those in favor?
Yes.
Okay.